1900 hours. Cruising as before.
1900 hours cruising as before. So noted.
Evening. Anything interesting?
Just keeping an eye on our course. Marcus has me as acting navigator since we ended up short-handed.
How about young Royce? How's he doing?
Well enough. You know, it's morning back home right now.
Homesick?
Of course not.
I do loathe children.
That bad?
He needs some discipline kicked into him. But I'll admit, it'll be nice to have a dedicated electronic warfare specialist with us this time.
Concept mod.
Con, I.
Strobing contact bearing 040 by 022, distance approximately 2.5 million armans.
ID?
You looked clean until about 15 seconds ago. Now I'm getting flashes of a scrambled signal. She looks to pass close at present course of speed about 1100 armans off our starboard side, high to low.
Mr. Barrows?
Mr. Masterson?
Shall we go to quarters?
Well, that's the kind of decision you were hired to make.
Sir?
Choice is yours. Have it sounded or call the captain and ask him.
Abner, I'm the XO. I should really...
No, you really shouldn't. Give him a chance to earn his pay.
Concept mod. Contact confirmed as blacklisted ship. We have full legal authority to destroy or seize. Designating contact as Target 1.
Time's wasting, mister.
Sound general quarters. All hands to battle stations.
Abner, he really should have deferred to me. After all, I'm the executive officer of this ship.
Of course. You're absolutely right.
Magazines manned and ready. Hydra 1 mount reports manned and ready. Cobra mount reports manned and ready.
Hydra 2 manned and ready.
Quad mount reports manned and ready.
Hydra Twin mount reports manned and ready.
All guns manned and ready.
What's happening? Why are we at quarters?
New contact, Captain. High on the bow, starboard. It's blacklisted.
Why was I informed by the alarms instead of you?
I considered...
Then why didn't you? We'll talk about this later. I have the con threat board on 1.
Combat condition. Ceiling pressure doors.
She'll pass right a beam of us.
Couldn't ask for a better setup. Set mod, distance to target.
Contact is close distance to 2 million armans. Speed is constant at 200,000 APH.
She's drifting. Trying to sneak through undetected.
Who generated the blacklist warrant?
The Arkwright family.
The Arkwrights? We're collecting bounties for those beasts?
Keep those thoughts to yourself. If you need a reason, this means serious prize money.
Maneuvering con, bring reactor to 100%. Standby to commence flank speed operations.
Max output I. Reactors 1 and 2. Latch the rods and lift to the stops.
Aye, sir. Latching and lifting.
We could try pushing her a little bit.
Not this time. Let's see how she handles ordinary combat first.
Correct course and angle to match with target. And prepare to reverse.
Aye, sir. Adjusting course.
Contact has close distance to 1.4 million armans. Standby. Confirmed classification Bolton class freighter. Looks like she's even older than we are.
Focus on your jobs, please. Let's not have her getting away.
Target course matched.
All back standard?
Aye, sir. All back standard.
Nice and smooth.
Just like my dad's clipper.
Burn up 20%?
Burn up 20%, aye.
Contact approaching steady.
After this patrol, you should come on another trip with us.
Yeah, that sounds nice, but the freighter won't catch itself.
What's she doing? She should be trying to evade us by now.
Captain, target has increased speed to 201,000 APH and is accelerating.
She's gunning it, Marcus.
All hands brace! Flank reverse! Don't call me by first name in front of the men.
Captain, target 1 is veering to starboard.
Cut burn to 80%. Full burn on port. 3/4 on starboard bow tips for 15 seconds. Comms, transmit a desist order and identify us. Cobra mount, prepare a warning shot over her bow. Chief, the threat board just went out.
Recycling input, sir.
Con, target 1 is slowing down now.
Attention, all passengers. The new year has arrived. The party is in full swing on C deck. Where are you? Get on down and join the celebration.
What is that? Who is playing that?
I'm sorry, Captain. It's
What are you doing?
It's part of an old system. A virtual personality for tourists. Her name's Claire. Some of our components were purchased secondhand off an old cruise liner. We encountered her during the shakedown run. Captain Timmons had all of her code removed. I don't see how she can still be functioning.
Stars and garters, have we got the event of a lifetime lined up for you?
Captain, target slowing further.
Life has this been possible.
Shut her
Are
up.
you as excited as I am?
Mark.
It's all in
Captain,
your hands.
I think he's
All
trying to
in
back
your
down and
hands.
run the other way.
Waiting
Shut her up!
for you.
Fire the warning shot!
Cobra mount, fire!
No change in target course.
All hands brace, reverse thrust. All ahead 1/4.
Aye, sir.
Mr. Saverin, please prepare to disable her. Fire at her with, I think half shots will do the trick.
All guns, target her forward engines. Hydra 1, load half shots.
Comms, any acknowledgement yet?
It's a little funny, Captain. We may have just heard a channel open, then close again. Nothing further.
Very well. Disable her, please, Mr. Saverin.
Hydra 1, fire!
Fire!
Weapon missed. Leading target, adjust -4.
Adjusted fire.
Adjust and fire.
Adjusting -4. Fire.
Hit, Captain.
Confirmed. Target's forward engines appear to be disabled.
She's spinning free.
Helm, cease forward thrust, burn reverse at 1/4. 25-second burn. Bring us alongside, we'll extend the mag at 1,000 yards. Call it out, Foley.
Aye, sir.
Mr. Royce, can we open their doors or do we have to do this old-fashioned way?
It should be easy, sir. They're shutting down their communication systems, like they think I'm gonna hack them through that. They should be worried about the keyring.
Do we have a key?
I'm checking now, sir, but it's gonna take a while.
You don't have a while. Helm, continue your approach. Let's get into position. This needs to be handled quickly.
1,000 yards. Devil's distance, Captain.
Deploy the mag.
Her rotation is slowing. She's dragging us with her. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Synchro.
Burn all tips to starboard. Reel us in. Extend the lock. Prepare boarding action and take charge.
Hi, Captain. All compartments prepare for boarding action. Mr. Murchov, assemble your men at airlock 4.
Best of luck, Tom.
You too, Marcus.
Target 1 is fighting the mag.
Royce, base key?
Yeah, I've got it. For a second there, I thought I'd have to magic one up.
Are we ready to breach?
Yes, sir.
All right, boys, this is your first engagement. Remember your training and put into practice. Prepare to take your first trophies. Just stay where you are, Mr. Hess. We got this in hand.
Captain told me to take charge.
The mop up and with your attention.
I have my orders.
Very well, sir.
Pressurizing walkway.
They've dispersed to the airlock. Advancing towards bridge, Murchop commanding. Endless fire team moving aft. Baldwin taking the crew quarters. Handling reports engineering secured. All hands in the space have surrendered. No resistance encountered yet. Wait. Be advised, Baldwin has encountered token resistance in the crew areas. Anlin moving to assist. Nearing the bridge. We're approaching with caution. Anyone else see that?
Resistance at the bridge. 2 men down.
One moment, sir.
Ship secure, Captain. She's ours.
Yeah!
It's one prize to us. Link us up, we'll do a tandem break. Take a manifest, I'll be up there shortly.
Well done, XO.
Well done, XO.
Foodstuffs indeed. He's got enough weapons back there to take Brasilia. Arms for the war on Perkinus, maybe?
Doesn't matter. Those boys picked a fight with the wrong oligarchs.
Wouldn't it be something if these weapons were legitimate? I mean, I wouldn't put it past the aristocrats to file a false claim.
Odds are they're stolen. They're from Hoplon Arms, and if you notice, somebody had a little bit of fun with the serial numbers.
How do you know it's Hoplon?
I almost bought from them when we were outfitting our own Marines. Good value for money, but unfortunately the Yankee founder won't have any business with independent colonials.
Your scholar's memory serves us well, Captain.
You should have seen him in school. He could recite books from front to back.
Captain, Arkwright vessel Peerless Diligence is alongside, requesting clearance to dock.
Granted.
So he's sticking around?
Make my apologies to the commander personally. After that, get all of our men off this ship. I want to be out of here as soon as possible. Why did you let Masterson take us to quarters without informing me?
It's a standard practice. He and the crew need to learn their jobs and how to work together, and how to work with the ship.
You put this crew together, Abner, and now you're telling us that they still need an education?
Tom.
That's quite all right, sir. I did the best I could with the budget you gave me. Yes, I personally know several of the officers, but they don't all know each other. And they don't know you. Young greenhorns like Masterson need a chance to make up their own minds under pressure.
I understand, but I must insist on being kept in the loop.
Of course. But your fire control officer doesn't need your help to do his job.
It seemed like the right thing in the moment.
Well, that's why your father sent me along. To advise you, sir.
And what exactly does that mean in practice? You stopped me from giving Masterson an order. That's a good deal more than mere advice.
It was an order you didn't need to give, but don't worry. I'll make sure you both get home quickly and in one piece. It's my job.
Your point is taken, Abner, and we'll work on this going forward.
You know what's getting to me is that voice. I understand that the ship's components came from unusual places, but we can't have that. It's an embarrassment and it's dangerous.
Young Royce is weeding her out as we speak.
Has he started his qualification course? I want every single one of my officers to be able to stand watch.
If I may make a suggestion, Captain, you might focus on today's victory. Today's prize is worth a fair penny, and we bagged it right out of the gate. And it was an excellent learning experience.
Oh, that guy. I don't even know why we have to have him with us. It's a fine start. I can hardly believe it.
Believe what?
What we just did. What you just did. I mean, you have this junk ship and a patched-together crew.
It was easy pickings and the Marines did most of the work.
And you have the greenest Marine outfit available.
The approach was perfect right out of the gate. You couldn't have asked for a better setup.
And you've apparently got the luck of the Irish.
I'm also the youngest and least experienced commanding officer in the entire fleet.
Always the bright side with you.
What do you suppose Lydia's up to?
Counting corpses on the ship that we just captured for her daddy? That's why you're thinking of her, isn't it? That ship.
Maybe things would be better if I just went back and married her. Was it prideful of me to reject her father's offer?
No. Your dad may have blown the fortune, but your family name still means something. Abner certainly isn't here for the salary.
Yeah, we kind of blew all the family favors on this trip, didn't we?
Better to exhaust all your options than throw in with the Arkwrights. You marry Lydia and you're going to be dangling on the ends of their strings for the rest of your life.
People will die for our little enterprise. 2 of our Marines already did.
They all take that risk for citizenship, for a career, for a little opportunity to score some loot.
And don't forget us, here to save the family farm.
We're here to prevent you from becoming some sort of mob husband. Learn to deal with Lydia later, and only if you have to. You about ready to open up our orders? You'd have taken on that freighter on your own, right? If Masterson hadn't brought us to quarters?
Of course I would have. I told you, it was the perfect setup.
You know what? I didn't even need to ask. I could see it in your eyes during the chase. We're all proud of you. Your dad's proud of you. We have to be aggressive out here sometimes, and you were. It was bold the way you handled it. Bold. A little bit more of that, and you will avoid the cold clutches of arranged matrimony. Unless that's what you want. I'll leave you to it.
Prize money on the first day. You know, I'm gonna get my wife something nice when we get that bonus money.
Maybe this Duvall kid does know a thing or two.
Keeps up like this, we're all going home loaded.
What about you, Abel? You got family back home?
Not really.
Sure you do. Who else would be on that message to keep playing back when you don't think anyone's looking?
None of your business, Dimitri.
Hey, this ship needs a name, don't you think?
She's got a name.
Chimera's not much of a name for a lady.
She's scrap.
Scrap? Hell, she's our ticket through Port Shelley. You know, the captain's father, he's the governor there. He decides which folks did enough to get citizenship. So they say he's got a reputation for generosity.
Yeah. Shut up, Salas. Shelley's tougher than she looks.
Shelley, like Port Shelley. I could get behind that.
Wait, we're just gonna call it Shelley?
I didn't know what we were going to get into when I signed on, but she's proven herself now. So what if her bits of mileage? They're well loved. They work.
So far.
I'm serious.
We're really just gonna call it Shelley?
I'm serious too. Didn't you hear the word out of the yards?
What? Yeah, it's a captured ship repaired with pieces from all kinds of other ships.
Not captured, salvaged. 2 ships. They get different halves blown off in battle. All hands lost. And the Admiralty decides to make the best of it by welding 2 ends together. Why do you think she's the only hybrid class in the fleet? Ships like this get sold to cheap foreign navies, not commissioned as vessels of the state.
So you're saying that we're sailing a pair of coffins?
I guess so.
Yeah, I thought I smelled something.
You're full of crap, Salas.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Hate to burst your dreams of becoming respectable citizens, but you can check it all out for yourselves when we put in. It's incontrovertible.
Where do you get off? You think you're so smart, but you're just like the rest of us, lonely peons.
That's not what I meant.
It is a little obnoxious. Just speak at a level we can all appreciate.
Whatever. I fold. Philistines.
That's it. I've had it.
Whoa, hey, it's not worth it. It's all right, man. Take it easy.
Tension on deck.
What's all this about?
Nothing, sir.
Come with me, Salas.
Sir,
You're being detached from gunnery. I need a new assistant. Mr. Severin's already done the paperwork. Come on. Come on. Okay. First off, it's important you understand something that your predecessor didn't.
What's that?
You know nothing.
Oh.
I can't waste time breaking you of your assumptions. Aggregate displacement confounds the best of minds.
Aggregate displacement? You mean the static shift drive? Is that what I'll be working on?
That's right.
I never thought I'd work with an actual warp drive.
Don't use a W word. We'll just laugh at you. Remember the first lesson? You know nothing.
Right. You know, there's crazy rumors about SSDs. I always wondered what happens if something goes wrong during a transit.
Best case? We end up off course a bit due to a missed decimal point or something. Worst case? Our existences explode across 16 dimensions.
Really?
No. Go on. Enough breadboards in there to make the whole crew sandwiches. Open face.
You're a dork. Sir.
Only a dork would enjoy this.
I can't pretend I'm not interested.
Then perhaps I've chosen well. Here. Get in there and remove the condensation from between the components. And be careful. The boards don't like to be bumped. Okay, so, aggregate displacement. Simply put, it's a theory of quantum science that allows the ship to move from one point in the universe to another. Given enough power and the right computations, it can instantaneously move you to any point in the universe.
Any point.
Any.
Like even a point billions of light years away, where no one else has ever been.
Sure. The more power you can squeeze through the tube without frying it, the farther you can go. Understand though, it takes a fair bit just to hop a couple of light years. The whole process is extraordinarily sensitive.
How does that work?
You know those fundamental horrors of the universe that can drive a man mad if he learns them? It's one of those.
can't believe I'm working in here. I've heard people talk about guys like you like you're royalty.
We're just guys.
Sir. Thanks. I can't remember the last time someone really took a chance on me. You won't regret it.
No sweat. Anyway, for right now, we're just doing routine maintenance. We have to do this before every halt.
We're leaving the system.
Captain just told me to do my round. That usually means travel.
Gentlemen, we are no longer hunting down blacklist pirate ships to settle grudges. We can take prizes of opportunity, but our goal in mind is one ship. We are not a part of an official fleet structure, but we are expected to cooperate with other ships that have the same objective in mind, allied or otherwise.
What kind of ship are we chasing?
We don't know. One of our allies was able to take this picture. Intelligence calls her the White Ship. She appears and attacks ships seemingly at random. She bears no identifying markings other than her distinctive coat of white paint.
Captain, may I ask who gave us this information?
I'm not at liberty to be specific about the source.
Of course not.
Watch your tone.
It's all right. Gary, speak your mind.
Captain, our allies can't even take a decent picture of what killed them. And if this massive ship even exists, our allies are probably hoping that either we're more competent than they are, or that we're better at absorbing cannon fire.
Have some decency, Gary.
Oh, to hell with decency. The only reason we'd all cooperated is that we each expect each other to lie down and die for our own success.
Gary.
I guarantee you they're thinking exactly the same thing.
The chairman himself has issued these orders. Every able vessel is being called out to join in this hunt. Several of our courier ships have already been destroyed. This is big. It strikes at the very heart of our national industry. Without those ships, we could not provide the services that more or less fund our country. There's far more at stake here than the interest of whatever nation first called us into this.
All the more reason to keep what Gary is saying in mind. Look, some of our friends may not necessarily have our best interests in mind. Still, we have as good a shot as anyone at finding this white ship. If we play our cards right.
Thank you, Abner. And there's something else. Chairman Hauser has offered up a remarkable sum for the capture of this ship. He's marked half his receipts from last quarter. And he's leaning on the Admiralty to match it.
Is that from his gross or net?
Gross. Last quarter was quite kind to him from the numbers that I've seen. Now, all we have to do is make sure that we're part of the group that finishes her off.
Well, I think we're all with you, Captain. So, where do we start?
We'll move out system and hover at Cretcham Point. From there, we'll make transition to... here. The Prentice system. Right at the edge of the Deccan Abyss.
Pretty far out. It's about the most we can do in one hop. Take a couple of days charging before we can come back.
And awfully close to Yankee territory.
Everything out here is close to Yankee territory. Why this area, Captain? It's awful sparse traffic out there and a long way from home. It's unlikely we'll run into anything, even other hunters.
A lot of the attacks have taken place at the edge of the Deccan. I'm playing a hunch that they're making their way around the brim. We can resupply at Hiram, and then funnel it through Satan Sheet's Fell, the orbital station there.
An ally?
More like the only show in town. There'll be something to buy from there. Okay then. I expect all of you to carry out your duties as usual, and to keep unnecessary information from the crew. Set mod operators will have elevated privileges. Any questions? You may return to your duties. Something on your mind, Abner?
I'm just curious about this hunch. You really think they're just making a clockwise tour of the Deccan's Edge?
I said it was a hunch.
You already knew what our orders were. Not the usual generalities. Someone gave you specifics.
Francis is an educated guess. There's been some unusual activity reported there the last few days.
And do you think it's really this white ship? Well, it's a long way to go on a hunch. I admire your gumption, Captain.
Helm, full stop and hover.
Aye, sir. Full stop and hover. All stop, Captain. Trimming to hover. Trimming complete. Ship is hovering.
Mr. Hess, we are ready to commence the sequence.
Commencing sequence. 60 seconds on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. Comms.
Heads are rigged in and stowed.
LSO.
Stable.
Fire control.
Power down. All guns in locked position.
Maneuvering.
SSD at standby. Reactors 100%. All redundant systems are suspended. Mr. Tamai, power the SSD.
Power SSDI, sir. Operator, open her up steady.
Steady increase. Normal continuum extraction, full attenuating.
Coolant?
Natural circulation, nominal flow.
Why does everyone look so nervous? Our SSD was only given short tests before rechristening.
Are you nervous?
Yep.
5, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30.
29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
Vents to full open.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Execute.
SSD is powering down. All systems nominal.
Reactor 75%.
Aye, sir. Reactors 75%.
What went wrong?
Nothing went wrong. We're here.
Then that's it?
That's it.
That's bizarre.
You taste copper?
Yeah. Thought I was bleeding.
Happens to about 10% of people. It won't hurt you. Is it time for lunch yet? I'm starving like an artist.
You're a dork, sir.
190 million miles out of Hiram. Solid hover. Origin point marked.
All compartments secure from transition sequence. No errors.
No errors. I did her all right after all. Tom, go ahead and take the comm. Plot a course for mid-system. Let's get hunting.
Aye, aye, Captain. Helm, come to course 150 by 041. Roll angle 12 degrees, burn ahead 1/2 and hold 6 hours.
Aye, sir. Course 150 by 041. Roll angle to 12 degrees. Burn 1/2 for 6 hours.
Never been this far from home.
Homesick?
No.
GW in your last assignment?
Just as an assistant, but yeah. And their setup was crap. The captain only got 5 keys from the Admiralty, so they had me trying to hack one ship after the other. In the end, we would always just blow down the doors. That's one thing I will give to our intrepid captain. He didn't skimp on that keyring.
Yeah, how is he supposed to have all this stuff? I mean, isn't he supposed to be all low on cash?
You shouldn't be talking about that.
Oh, come on, Kai. You've heard the rumors. I mean, he went to one of the top schools, was in one of those clubs.
No, that's enough.
It's obvious he's in bed with high government. His surname should have tipped you off on that. There's no question that IO's involved.
Why would the intelligence office have anything to do with this?
Beats me, but who else has the resources to supply something like this? I mean, did you see those unmarked ordnance crates that we took on a few days ago? I bet you those are some of those new Molten rounds.
Who told you all this?
How about that big red button up at fire control?
Yeah, what is that thing?
Testudo.
Tortoise?
Tortoise shell. The outer shakecoat layer of our armor is nothing unusual for a warship, but they discovered a while ago that if you run a heavy current through it in these alternating grid patterns, it hardens to something like 20 times its usual strength.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You run current through any metal and all it does is heat up. It actually weakens it. Not to mention the scientific fact that all semiconductor materials, like our outer armor, actively resist current.
Not this semiconducting material.
If you don't know how it works, just say so. Don't try and make it up.
Why isn't it standard across all the fleet?
Because while it sounds great in theory, in practice the TS burns through so much power, our reactors can never hold it constant. Moreover, the alternating grid phases have this unexplained habit of trying to flow back into the transformers. The systems burn themselves out within a few seconds and take everything that was connected to them.
That's crazy. Why would anyone want that?
Search me. Who knows what evil lurks in the mind of inbred aristocrats?
Now that is enough. You stop with all this gossip right now. Quite frankly, it's unbecoming of officers. Besides, don't you have something better to do?
I do now, if that's gonna be your attitude.
Wipe the cereal off your face and get out of here. No more of that talk. I mean it.
And that's a risky gamble there, but if he can hide the cannon before the rep gets up, he'll be in the lead. Red, what do you think of this move by Pinkerton?
That's a failure of diplomacy, Ted. This may be a case of winning the battle and losing the war.
This show sucks.
Oh, what are you, 5? Shut up. Grown-ups are trying to watch.
Yeah, at least it's new. Who's broadcasting this?
St. Nashi. I think they imported it from Puerto Montt. And quit playing with your hair. We'll hold you down again and shave the rest off.
What is this?
Garbage. How do you have any brain cells left, Eli?
I keep spares in tiny vials rolled up with my socks.
But I'm afraid we'll have to change it. As has been a result in Razo. We have to sound that...
Where'd they dig up these Marines anyway?
Backside of somewhere.
Well, how come they don't talk to us?
Why? Would you want them to?
I mean, we do share a ship with them.
So? They're weirdos. Just leave them be. That's enough to try to do your job and keep your sanity out here without some lunatics trying to raise the dead next door.
They aren't summoning the dead. They're sending prayers to the Shah.
Or are they? And what's a Shah?
It's a male peacock.
He's their king, basically. Way back when, their Irish leaders started co-opting bits of Persian and Viking culture. Then he convinced them that all of their prayers flow through him to their respective gods. It's a good thing they can shoot straight since they think in pretzels.
This sounds like devil worship to me. Praying to some crazy possessed man.
Superstitious now? Gosh, sailor. Way to beat the stereotype.
You know. I've seen that medal you have. I mean, you pull it out when you don't think anyone's looking, but I've seen you staring at that thing. Almost as if you were praying to it.
It's not religious, you moron. It's just something my mother gave me.
Oh, good for you. Go back to your book, smallest boy.
My son's next birthday. I brought him a home chemistry set.
Well, we'll be having our panel analyze that shortly.
They can't really be trying to summon demons or something, can they?
Who knows? Why don't you go ask him and see what happens?
I ain't talking to no demon raisers.
From the Elgin Foundation for Preserving Arts and Perishable Food Products, and in part by donations from viewers like you.
This show sucks.
Я не знаю, что это было, но оно было большим. Они просто влетели, как будто они ожидали, что мы отстреляемся. Не уверен, в какой форме мы оставили их, но они приняли...
Got something?
Yeah, I think so. It's unofficial chatter, audio only, but it caught our attention.
It's gone, sir.
What do you think?
I think we should tell the captain.
Good man.
She's here, gentlemen. Nursing wounds out beyond the edge of the system. We intercepted comm traffic that indicates a very large ship of unknown class attacked a convoy on its way out system. Bad luck for them, the convoy came with a major escort complement. Those warships carved her up pretty badly, but they chose not to pursue.
She finally walked into a fight she wasn't prepared for.
We'll resupply and then head out into the empty on our suspected tangent. We'll sweep outward, zigzagging on all axes. Active sweeps at high speed, and we take this one aggressively. Just like the Gunrunner.
It's a good plan. Looks like your hunch is paying off.
Dismissed.
After so many years of disappointments, I must say that the notion of feeling genuine pride for another family member is, well, alluring. I won't pretend that I'm exactly holding my breath, understand? But it feels good to be wildly hopeful for once. You are making a major first step. Something that your parents, neither one of them, could ever bother.
Hey. You doing deck in 5 minutes?
I know.
Mother?
How old do I look to you?
Aunt? Grandparent? Girlfriend? It's okay. No one's gonna judge.
The closest we've been able to figure, the ship is unfeasibly accurate at range, or else has some way of closing distance fast. We're having a hard time separating the myth from the fact. Whatever it is the white ship is doing, we're pretty sure it happens fast. Some of the boxes we found haven't even logged cries for help. I don't envy you, and I don't think your dad should have encouraged this excursion.
Come in.
Any word from home? The port authorities demanded a pass-through fee for the water. 1,200 in Rhodesian pounds.
I'll bet. Go ahead and give it to them.
That will take us close to reserve.
With the prize money coming in, we should be alright. By the way, Abner, I've been going over the crew bios again.
Did you have a question about one of them?
You call Savern Evocatus. Now, my Latin's a bit rusty. Which of the two empires does he hail from?
Well, I found him a while back doing mercenary work, and he mentioned he did 2 tours on a Martellon vessel. Are you worried about his credentials or his loyalty?
I'd like to know how and why he left.
Ask him. I didn't. He served with me on 2 ships now, and always with competence and devotion. You know, if you had any doubts, you should have said something before we left port.
I don't have doubts, it's just... Look at who we're docked with.
Ah.
I'm just a bit worried that if they see him, they might try and take him back. I had hoped that their war wouldn't reach this close to us, though.
Well, for what it's worth, I can say with confidence that Savern seems to have lost faith in his homeland during his 2nd tour. But he didn't desert or go rogue. He's not a fugitive. He's just a bit bitter, I think. We'll have no trouble from the empires. Either one of them.
Thank God for that.
17-hour burn starting now. Cease burn at 2600 hours. Helm. Roll us left to 315. Maintain vertical.
Rolling left, 315. Maintaining vertical.
Set mod con. Report all contacts.
Sparse traffic to stern. All bearings shifting to port. 2 commercial vessels, 7 private. All other tangents empty.
It's not just about the cash, it's a whole issue with aristocracy. The Duvall family may have helped found the nation, but that hasn't kept them from falling out of favor. They have permanent governorship over Port Shelley, but Granddad managed to screw that one up too. This whole ship is just Daddy's last-ditch effort to regain relevance.
What happens if he fails?
Dissolution of the family property, basically handing over the family name to someone else in lieu of payment, and I even heard talk of an arranged marriage to one of the Arkwright daughters. Could you imagine?
What's this?
Just a friendly conversation.
Right. Because who doesn't enjoy gibbering with their girlfriend between classes?
All right. But you have to admit that he is a little off. I mean, he acts like a scared ensign.
Mr. Royce, I have tolerated your attitude to this point, but you're testing the limits of my patience.
Oh, come on. He's got us chasing phantom ships out here in the empty. He's holed up in his cabin. I mean, he's probably going pants-crapping insane just from the pressure of it all.
You want to repeat that?
No, really. I want to hear an in-depth assessment from the only actual ensign on board.
And how far along are you with your qualification courses again? Clear off! Before I skin you.
Unload the children.
Look, I know you keep him on the straight and narrow as far as performing his job, but you have to make sure he shows more respect for his captain, no matter what your personal issues may be with the man.
Very well. Where'd you find him anyway?
Loafing around the house. But at least my brother says we're even now.
Hey, Abel, you awake?
Yeah.
Why'd you come out here?
His girlfriend told him to. Okay. I'm sure she's worth it.
Why do you care?
I can't resist a mystery.
She's my great aunt.
I knew it. Did she knit you a sweater for the trip? Offer to come along or rock you to sleep?
You'd have to salute her if she did.
Wait. Astro Navy. An officer.
She commanded 6 lady ships before she retired. Mustang. Worked her way up from the very bottom.
Wow. I'm impressed.
You know, she has these aspirations for me. And she wants me off those ghetto islands back home. Proper citizenship wouldn't be bad either.
I was thinking the same thing when Gladys was born. I want to make enough to get her a good education. You know she's going to make it through Port Shelley someday.
Them goals is lofty.
Have some kids of your own, you'll make even higher ones.
I'm okay with what I have.
Yeah, tough life, banging on one cylinder.
Shut up, Dimitri.
So, you don't have any kids then, maybe?
No. What do you think we're doing out here anyway? Out in the black?
Why? You worried or something?
No. Well, yeah, maybe a little.
There's nothing to worry about. Just empty space.
But that's just it. I mean, anything could be out here.
There's nothing out here.
The men are starting to wonder what we're doing out here.
I'm beginning to wonder that myself.
Well, a little reflection's good for a captain.
But I hesitate to turn back as well. The Admiralty will be expecting to hear back from us in a couple of days.
Don't make that the decision point, though. With ships this far out, those deadlines are pretty flexible.
Well, we have been out here for some time, and at some point we're going to have to turn back. It's up to you when.
But to turn back empty-handed...
That doesn't mean that we're giving up. We could still replenish and resume the hunt.
Not if somebody finds her first. We might return home and find out that there's nothing left, that it's all done, there's nothing left to resume.
Don't be like that, Marcus.
That's the dirty little secret here. It was never going to be enough to hunt down pirates and collect bounties. Without the white ship, Dad and I are finished. The long line of Duvals ever since Uriah will just be snuffed out. He founded a country where the most successful man rules, gives the chairmanship to his son, and the idiot loses it immediately. And then the rest of us have just been spiraling downwards since.
Technically, Uriah founded a communications company. Just happened to grow rich enough that it was able to be nationalized.
Thank you, Abner. I'm well aware of my family history. I heard it every day while I was in school. Your family screws up so bad that we're gonna give them the one job that nobody can actually lose. Port Shelley.
What happened to you in school is irrelevant. You're here now. You're the commander. Teenage bullies have no bearing on your responsibility to your crew or to your family back.
Lecture me, Abner. My experience has everything to do with who I am.
Oh, no. We're not gonna do the self-pitying, woe is me.
I'm not self-pitying!
Oh, yes, you are. Did you think this was gonna be easy? This is the real world of combat, war, and death. Thank whatever it is that you pray to that you haven't directly seen the death yet.
Abner!
You're leading a crew of men, and they need a man to lead them. Are you just gonna mope around because your first stab at a tough mission is coming up empty? Grow up, Marcus. Right now.
$1,700 hours, cruising as before.
1,700 hours, cruising as before, so noted.
Setmod, Con. Report all contacts.
No contact, sir. All scopes clear.
What's our heading?
100 by 385.
Burn to full stop, steer to 010, and resume speed.
Full stop, steer 010, and resume speed. Aye, sir.
Gary, take the con.
We are really out there now. Back to the onboard library. But wait. Just a glitch. Ghost in the machine.
Do we really have to bring ghosts into this?
You don't have to. I just meant
Then
that-
don't. Okay? Just don't.
I don't believe it. Captain to set mod. Captain to set mod. I don't believe it.
What is she doing?
She's not doing anything.
Emissions, broadcasts.
None. Either she's got fantastic shielding or her reactor's cold.
Dead in the water?
No. She'd be drifting if there was a sudden power loss.
Maybe she hopped and we just happened on her before she could get up and running.
Should still be something.
It has to be the white ship. I mean, look at the size of her. Out in this part of the void, there can't be more than a couple of ships that big running around.
If only, what is she?
I don't know, Captain. The computer's calling it a civilian Ontos cruiser, but the silhouette's all wrong. Whatever this is, I don't think it's in our databases.
It's her. It's gotta be. Captain? Come on, Marcus, let's go get her.
Tom,
Enough with the formalities, Marcus. This is me that you're talking to, and this is exactly what we've been working towards.
Unless it's a trap.
Unless it's a trap for who exactly? Look, if she starts twitching when we get close, we can easily pull away with just scratches, Marcus. We ignore this, and we're missing the opportunity of a lifetime.
Okay. We'll get in closer and evaluate her condition.
Yes, sir. We're going in to get her. I have the con. Roll starboard 10 degrees. Stern up 49. 10 tips to port by the bow.
Aye, sir.
Burn ahead 1/4, 60 seconds.
I have the con. Threat board on 2.
Captain?
Set mod, what's her bearing?
340 by 355 relative.
Helm adjust our approach. Bring us up on our beam.
Adjusting. Aye, sir.
Captain?
Yes.
May I recommend we hail them?
No. Radio silence for the time being.
Shall we go to quarters?
Go to quarters.
General quarters, all hands to battle stations. Ship is at quarters.
Chief, bring up the external on 3, extreme telephoto. Light her up. Closer.
She's huge.
Set mob, do you have a classification on the target?
The computer's still stumbling on it. Now it says it could be a McLaren Gray ship.
Is it?
No chance, Captain.
Helm back 1/4. Let's not get too close yet. She looks derelict.
Not necessarily. Look at that darkening aft. She's taken a couple serious hits. That could be a breach.
The airlock looks warped on this side. We'd have to approach from the other, where she could have taken less damage.
Gary?
Some variant on the Viper 3 mount. They're very accurate, but the magazines are kept inside the hull and the barrels have to be rotated perpendicular to the spine to line up the feed slots between every shot. Not very good at close quarters.
Have the crews of Hydra 1 and Quad Mount load specials.
Aye, sir. Quad Mount and Hydra 1.
Alright.
Note the specials.
Helm, bring us alongside her. We'll prepare a boarding action.
Bring us alongside. Aye, sir. Closing at 10 feet per second. Coming about.
Guns at the ready.
Contact 1,000 yards in closing. Devil's distance, Captain.
If they were going to give us any trouble, we would have done it by now.
Does anybody see any white paint?
Maybe they repainted.
Let's get a close-up of the bow.
That's not recent. That's old damage.
What's it say?
Volturine?
That's not right. This isn't right.
Go wide again.
Chief! Lost the input signal, sir. Recycling it again.
Whoa. Hey, hello? Oh, gee, what's going on? Sir.
Chief, what's going on?
Guidance thruster's not responding.
What? I have no control.
What? Nothing's working.
Nothing's working! Did they infiltrate us?
It can't have. There was no signal, no transmission.
Gun crews are all reporting their controls won't respond.
They set us adrift.
Royce, you have to clean them out.
I'm trying, Captain.
Not good enough. Make it happen.
I can't.
You have to.
Marcus! Marcus!
All aims to the head flank! The head flank! I have no control!
Gary?
Do it!
We're rolling to port! Fire control's back online! Shock must have tripped something! I'll have flank.
Helm still isn't answering, sir.
Hydra Twin Mount out of action!
Quad Mount also out of action.
Hydra 1! She's not responding, sir. The target system's damaged! Fire with any working gun that we have. Patch me through to crew Hydra 1.
Hey, patch him in. Cobra and Hydra 2 rotate 090 relative and bottom out. We'll hit her as we come around.
Gary, I'm gonna get the crew of Hydra 1 to make a manual shot.
Aye, Captain. Hydra 2 and Cobra, target the damage section on her stern as we come around. Royce, can we do anything about her targeting system?
I can't get any readings. It's like there's nothing there to spoke.
Hit the button again. Now!
Hydra 2 coming around! Firing!
We missed! Cobra, you're up!
Yes, sir.
Royce, hold that button down! Hold it down, I said!
Hydra 1, prepare to fire!
Sir, I've got burnouts all across the board. Something's drawing too much power.
Can't feel right. Reactors to 150. Call the stop! Now!
Steady now.
We got this.
Fire! Tear me a hole right through it! Hydra 1! Fire!
And we've done it again.
Con. Target is broken into 2 pieces. Both are drifting away from us.
Reactor status.
Reactors are holding stable.
We're alright. We're okay.
Alive at any rate. Check for damage.
Hi, sir. Looks like the fat lady called it a day.
Sure, talk Salas.
Are you alright, Captain? Can you receive a damage report?
Kill the alarm. All compartments. Report damage to LSO. We shouldn't have been able to survive that.
No, we shouldn't. It was Royce on the MFC. Without the Testudo, we'd have had hull breaches with the first hits. His presence of mind just saved all our lives. And without his quick thinking, we'd all be finished. The pressure doors are still open.
I need to see how much of my ship is still working.
Engineering, they've been sealed off.
We'll ventilate them, they need air.
Captain, the back pressure will bleed the entire system. We'll all depressurize.
Use O2 tank 3. Dump the entire thing into the chamber wholesale. Come on!
Dallas! The breach will be sealed in a moment. I need you to...
Fire and engineering! Belay oxygen, release CO2. It's not releasing.
Dallas! I need you to get on the CO2!
Is there anything else that we can do?
Nothing. If they can't get that fire out.
We're on auxiliary power. I think the fire's out, Captain.
Release the oxygen.
Hull breach is temporarily patched. But we need a dry dock before we can reasonably go into combat again. All 5 railgun mounts are non-responsive since that last hit. Auxiliary fuel tanks are destroyed, and that's what started the fire. We're running limited capacity on battery backup, which
won't give us enough power to maneuver. Move on.
11 men are dead, 15 wounded, and only 3 of the engine crew survived. All the computers crashed and the switch over to battery, and some of the systems rebooted, but others are just gone. The good news is whatever got into our thruster control seems to have been flushed out by the system crash.
Okay. Tell me the bad part.
Well, the SSD has taken significant damage, and Tamai is obviously not up to repairing or operating it. And no one else on board has his knowledge or experience.
We can't go home. This is a disaster.
Marcus.
It wasn't even the right ship.
You should be proud of your crew, sir. Whoever the Volturine was, she would have preyed on others, possibly allies. We lost some good men, but that happens in this profession. Sir, you should be proud of them all.
I suppose we've done our part in this search.
Reactor is critical. Reactor is critical. All engines ready to begin engine maneuvers.
And there's the real good news. The reactor was somehow undamaged, and it looks like our surviving crew members were able to get it up and running. You take the con?
Give me 5 minutes. How about you, Tom? Are you holding up?
Oh, yes, I'm just fine. You're right, this is a disaster. It's my disaster.
Oh, knock it off.
I just thought that you should make a real decision for once.
And I did. And I have to live with it. You don't. Pull yourself together and have a drink. How about the navigation systems?
Wait. Oh. Completely dead. I can still do manual plots. I'll get us into port.
You'll have to get us home after that.
You want me to calculate a transition by hand?
Proper help is unlikely to present itself in the Satanist sheets. Equipment to repair the drive? Maybe. But personnel? I think not.
But I barely even scraped those classes, and without Dennis here to run the drive, if we can even get it fixed...
Then you better break out the displacement manual. Work with Gary on this. We're gonna need a second just in case something happens to you. Not Gary, Kai. Gary will be busy unsticking the guns. It'll be at least 2 weeks until we reach the Fel. Just long enough to get used to the idea of becoming an arkwright.
Marcus.
Don't call me Marcus. Get on it right away.
Your orders, Captain.
Helm. Come to course 185 by 046. Roll angle 31 degrees. Best safe speed to St. Nishit.
Aye, sir. Course 185 by 046. Roll angle 31 degrees. Thrusting ahead.